Hello everyone, and welcome to the World Series of Board Gaming news update for May. That's right, we are getting still ramped up for Vegas, which if you don't have your tickets, what are you waiting for? You got 3 months, basically 3 months, June, July, August. Okay, kind of 4 months, but still, it's in September. We basically have 3 months probably until ticket sales close, because they generally will close September 1st. That's how we've done it in the past. That's, I think, what's happening this time in order to make sure that we can get all the tournaments scheduled. And this is the news of what's happening to get you prepared, get you ready, get you knowledgeable about some of the events that are going on in Vegas, some of our sponsors. We keep getting more people coming down every day, more announcements being made, and I'm excited to talk about it. We're going to go through the newsletter. If you're not signed up for a newsletter, feel free to sign up down below. I'll have a link for you, easy peasy. And this way you can read the newsletter format, but I'll always have one of these videos breaking things down and just talking about it in a little bit more detail if you happen to like receiving your news in this capacity as well. I gotta tell you, I'm getting excited, and let's just go through the news. Oh, and before we begin, be sure to stick around to the end of the video because we are going to be giving away a copy of Wingspan, and if you already have Wingspan, well then we're gonna get you an expansion that you don't have. Or if you just want a copy of Wingspan for your friend, because it's an awesome game, great. That's just part of our designer series, but more information on that at the end of the video. Let's get into the newsletter right now. So now, boom, I got the visual aid. It's here. And this is actually really, really important to note because our stay and play bundle, this is the best value deal. And if you know anything about me, I want you to get the best value. There are only 100 left. Actually, this newsletter came out this morning and I know we had a couple sales. So I think there's only something like 96 left. This includes a 5-day event pass. You get your full 5-day pass to the event. You get 4 nights of a hotel bundle, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So that way, if you happen to make the final table, you don't have to be scrambling for a hotel room like some of our finalists last time. You get the hotel going into that final day, and the final day is going to be very exciting as well. We get the award ceremony. You want to be there for that day. And this also includes access to all of the outer ring games if you're participating in the main tournament and you happen, I know it's not going to happen to you, but you just happen to get knocked out in one of the first couple rounds. Well, don't worry. There are other fun tournaments that you can just walk up to, sign up to on the fly. You can participate in the Dice Throne National Championship, where you can win a whole bunch of cool Dice Throne goodies. Dice Throne is going to have a pretty big presence there. They might have some stuff that's exciting that you may never have seen before if you happen to like Dice Throne. I don't know. You can't hold me to it. I never said this. Plus, we have our open gaming area open 24/7. The Dice Tower library that we've rented from Dice Tower West is going to be open for the majority of those hours, and then still the open gaming area will be open for you to continue to play overnight while some of the staff who runs the library gets a tiny little bit of sleep. We've got the exhibitor hall there. We've got tons of events, which I think I'll be detailing very soon as we're going to do more event blasts coming out. We're just finalizing the details on those events that are happening. There's going to be something happening every night. That I can guarantee. And if you don't have anything going on that night, well, you come see me. And I'll play again. Well, I'll probably be streaming or editing or filming or doing something, but it doesn't matter. The stay and play bundle is the best value, and when they go, we'll still probably have a sort of bundle deal, but it's just we only have a certain amount of hotel nights blocked off at that discounted rate. And so when those discounted rate hotels go, then you start getting into paying a little bit more to be staying at the actual hotel. You could always find a cheap Airbnb and come. Hey, I don't care. I don't care where you stay. I care that you are there and having fun playing games for the entire 5 days. That's what I care about, making this event something to remember and something that is welcoming and something that is fresh. And in that, if you haven't seen it over on our channel, again, I'll link to this down below, or you could click it if you got the newsletter. We got some player testimonials. We had a little player testimonial contest. We wanted to hear from you all about what you enjoyed from the event or why you were excited about coming to the next event, this upcoming event. And so the winner, which we'll announce a little further below, I mean, you've probably already seen it if you got the newsletter, and I've already been in contact with the winner. But so we made a little drawing for anyone who submitted a testimonial, drawing for a game out of the 16, obviously the 16 games that are being played. And the reason why I'm bringing this up and talking about it in so much detail is that I assembled the video together and just put music under it and, added people's names, whatever, added some of the quotes in with some photos. And it was really touching to me. It was really exciting to me. And it was really validating that I'm putting my personal time and effort into something that people really enjoyed last year. And I'm just so honored by the things that people said in those testimonials. I just feel so honored. It's something like that that reminds you what you're doing. Sometimes you can get bogged down in the weeds of like making sure people hear about it and giving people reasons to sign up for the tickets and organizing all the different events and organizing the commentary team and juggling everybody's schedules. And you get kind of bogged down with that sort of work aspect of it. And then you hear something like this, and that to me is worth it 100%. I'm so happy that people have had such a good time at the event last year, that people are returning because of the sense of community and openness and just love of the hobby that we are trying to cultivate. And I feel particularly so passionate about cultivating and creating an event that is a safe space for everyone, where you can go up to any table, ask any question, and just have a great time with anybody in the tournament or outside of the tournament. I want this to be a 5-day awesome event that is memorable, that is worth it to you all. And it was just an awesome reminder of what we did accomplish last year, and that this next year is going to be better. It is. That was our first year, people. Let's go. Anyway, I'm just like super stoked about it. So if you haven't watched that, watch it. Don't listen to me. Like, it's very easy for me to tell you that it's going to be good. But again, I was on the other side of things, so actually hearing it from people who were there and getting that feedback that people did enjoy it, and that's why they are coming back, that to me is worth so much. So if you haven't watched it, I don't know, it's probably the thing that I am the most proud of, and it makes me proud to be a part of this team. And so I just want to say thank you to everybody who submitted those testimonials with their genuine, honest comments and feedback. And yeah, check it out. And speaking of, I wasn't speaking of them, but we're moving on because I don't want to get too sappy. We're moving on to the sponsor spotlight. Speaking of getting great sponsors together, we want to say thanks, Asmodee, and thank you to Space Cowboys, Days of Wonder, and Repost Production, because they're being a major sponsor for 2023. This is how we are getting all the games for you to play. You don't have to bring your games. You know why? Because of sponsors like this that are donating the games, making sure that you have room in your suitcase for souvenirs from the exhibitor hall. Take yourself home a game. Why not? Maybe you'll win yourself a game. Who knows? Maybe you'll win yourself a game in one of these giveaways. So we just really wanted to spotlight this, that Asmodee stepped up and got us some of the games and is being a great supporter, and will have a presence at the World Series. And I think that's awesome that we get to work with one of the largest publisher sort of conglomerates out there. Super cool. And also super cool, again with these sponsor spotlights, Renegade Games has also stepped up. And what was great is they're reprinting Acquire. They have the license to publish Acquire, and we didn't know that this was going to happen this year. We didn't know that Renegade was going to come out with a reprint of Acquire. We just picked Acquire because it is one of those legacy games, and not a legacy game like your standard Pandemic Legacy. No, it is a game that kind of stands the test of time, and we wanted to not just be about the new hotness in the World Series. We wanted it to encompass all sorts of gaming, the best all-around board gamer, and that's why Acquire, which came out in like 1963, like 50 years ago. Is that when it came out? 1964. I lied to you. I guess you're going to have to come to World Series 2024 and, make sure that you're there for Acquire's 50th anniversary, obviously. But it's awesome that Renegade Games said, okay, you know what? Acquire's awesome. And it is, honestly, I think it holds up in modern board gaming, which is why I'm so impressed with it. But Renegade Games came out and said, listen, we're reprinting Acquire. And immediately I saw that announcement and I contacted our tournament director and I was like, hey, you know that problem of being able to find all those copies of Acquire, because Acquire was pretty hard to find? It's gone, thanks to Renegade. Let's get them on the phone. And Renegade also agreed to sponsor and donate a bunch of copies of Acquire. And for that, we are eternally grateful. So thrilled to see this new copy. Be one of the first people to play with one of these copies as well, if you come. And just huge thanks to Renegade for sponsoring the event. And I think it's cool. I like showcasing these sponsors also, so that, you know, we're not just working in a vacuum here, that we have the backing of a lot of really great board game companies out there, and that we want to support them as well, right? But I'm so grateful that these board game companies are stepping up and are donating the copies and are making sure that this event can be bigger and better than last year. That's what I'm personally excited about, and I'm thrilled that we have the company sponsoring their specific ring events, and their name is going to be on that sweet ring that you have the chance to win. Anyway, now let's announce our contest winner from the testimonials. Congratulations goes out to Antonio, who runs a small little Instagram, YouTube, whatever, called Board Game to Tears. Antonio was there last year. Antonio has put out a couple, you know, testimonials about his experience at World Series of Board Gaming. I know that Antonio is coming back this year, and so huge congratulations to Antonio. We've already been in contact. That's why I'm not making a big, you know, pomp and circumstance. We already drew it on our Instagram. And if you're not following our Instagram or Facebook and whatever, stay tuned, because I mean, do go and follow, because we're always kind of on the Instagram, especially, we got little shout outs and little points about what's happening, and it's easier to make an Instagram post than have a full announcement video. But I do have plans to make a full frequently asked questions video, just so that's out in the ether. So if you do have any questions about the event, drop them in the comments of this video, because I have a list of questions that people have asked, and I want to make sure it is clarified and is out there for everyone. But if you do have any additional questions, drop them below, and I'll be sure to answer them in that video, which will be upcoming. And of course, if you don't have time to read old World Series of Board Gaming newsletters, or you just want to hang out with me, because I want to hang out with you. That's why I keep pushing you to come to the event. I want to hang out. You can always stay tuned to World Series of Board Gaming on YouTube, where we have a ton of great designer interviews, where you can win great stuff, and that sort of content is going to continue, although our designer interviews might be moving over to the Dice Tower pretty soon, because we're going to be streaming on their platform. So kind of makes sense to start doing them over there and reaching a wider audience and making sure everybody sees them, because honestly, I'm having a blast recording and interviewing these great minds, and I feel like it's helping me know more about the board gaming hobby. And so I'm going to try continuing to do that, both with designers and with publishers, to talk about kind of the history of different publishers, which, I don't know, I'm personally interested in. So if that's interesting to you, stay tuned to World Series and Dice Tower, because probably post over there first and then repost it on World Series eventually, you know, that sort of thing. If you want to be part of any sort of giveaways or anything, stay tuned to World Series of Board Gaming. Stay tuned to this YouTube channel that you're watching this on right now. Honestly, I'd never say this, not even on my own channel, because I also run a channel, Room and Board, but I would recommend clicking the notifications bell for World Series. I wouldn't really recommend clicking it for me, because I know people don't want to watch every single video. Sometimes people produce a lot. But for World Series, legitimately, the only things that we are going to be producing are news updates. So if you're interested in that, makes sense for you to click the notification bell. Literally giveaways, because I love giving away things, and I'm going to keep doing it as much as possible. And also just like FAQs or interesting interviews. Basically, I'm not going to spam you with anything, so might as well hit the notification bell, right? And then because we don't post all the time, or we don't have a set schedule of posting, we just post when it's relevant and when it's actually necessary. That's the reason why you may want to click on it, so that you know when something drops. So that's the pitch for staying tuned to the YouTube channel, because there are definitely some stuff that's coming down the pipe that we haven't announced. We're firming up the list of VIPs, but I'll wait to announce those other commentary and board gaming personalities in our next one. We're figuring out, just crossing some T's, dotting some I's. That'll be coming in the next one. But just stay tuned. I'm not going to spam you. That's what I mean. In fact, I'm going to give you things, like maybe a copy of Wingspan. See why that was there? So if you saw our designer interview with Elizabeth Hargrave, we are going to now give away a copy of Wingspan to one lucky commenter who commented their favorite bird. That was the stipulation. You gotta put your favorite bird. Elizabeth's favorite bird was the roseate spoonbill. Also really cool. And then my mom, like 2 weeks after that interview, my mom sent me a picture of it. And I was like, I felt really good about my bird knowledge because I knew. So enough with the preamble. Let's head over to the video, where see it right here. The roseate spoonbill is there right above my head. Looks kind of cool. If you want to know what my favorite bird is, well, you're going to have to go watch the interview. We're going to get the link for this video. We're going to go to the random comment picker, get the YouTube comments. There's only 100 comments? Man, you've got a great shot at this. That's awesome. 100 unique comments, you've got a 1 in 100 shot, a 1% chance that your name is going to be drawn right now to be the winner of Wingspan. Let's see who is going to be walking away with a copy of Wingspan, courtesy of us here at the World Series of Board Gaming. Because you know what we like? We like you all playing fun games. That's why we do it. Let's see who's going to win. I saw Billy Indiana flash by there. He's not getting a second one. Jim Sherrill, while scanning through the Oceania birds, my family decided that the little penguin was their favorite. The little penguin in the Oceania birds. Honestly, that's my favorite expansion. Congratulations to Jim. You have just won yourself a copy of Wingspan or an expansion. Make sure you send me an email to chris@wsbgvegas.com. Now you know my business email. And we will figure out how to get you a copy of Wingspan. To everybody else, well, hey, don't worry. There are still going to be more giveaways to come. I still have an interview with Reiner Knizia, Dr. Reiner Knizia, in the can, and oh boy, was it really fun and fascinating to talk to somebody who's designed over 700 board games. I forget, I'm editing that right now, and that will likely be the first one over on Dice Towers Network. But again, if you're part of the newsletter, we'll send out an email blast. We'll make sure that it's part of the email blast, and then you can go over and make sure that you can write a comment and watch the interview and write a comment and be entered in to win that giveaway. So that's the reason why you should sign up for our newsletter, to make sure that you can get in on these sorts of things. So I'll make sure that that happens for you. But man, it was a fun interview, and I'm excited to relive it as I'm editing it. Otherwise, currently, that's all I have for you today, but we got a lot coming down the pipe. Tons, really. And I'm not even hyping that up. I can think of 3 to 4 events that we haven't announced, 4 special guests that we haven't yet announced, and just ways to make this event a friggin' ton of fun. Oh, I can't wait. I'm getting really excited. I hope you are as well. If you're on the fence, think about it and get to purchasing that stay and play package. I personally think that it is the best deal you're going to find. I don't think you're going to find accommodation in Vegas for that period of time for cheaper. I mean, if you do, go for it. I don't care. I care that you're at the event. I just want you all to have a great time and come with us at our second official World Series of Board Gaming tournament. Get yourself your commemorative collector's pin. Get yourself all the goodies. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch last month's newsletter. Get yourself in on the closer to the ground floor so that competition is a little less than it will be in 5 years. Your chances of winning money are likely going to be the best they've ever been if you come to this event, because presumably these things grow over time. So I hope to see you all in Vegas. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Chris George for the World Series of Board Gaming, and I want you to get in the game. See you in Vegas.